10 micro skills, 5 hours each.
Sounds like BS, right?
No fluff, no filler. Let's jump straight into the first one.
Skill 1. AI prompt chaining for local businesses. Let's start with something that sounds like advanced software engineering, but is actually just structured logical thinking. AI prompt chaining. If you search through online business forums, you'll find a massive universal complaint from local business owners. They try to use AI for customer service, and it outputs generic, robotic garbage. A local plumber, dentist, or real estate agent doesn't have the time to debug prompts, so they keep paying digital agencies $1,000 a month just to manage their online reviews and basic email replies.
This is where prompt chaining comes in. Instead of asking ChatGPT to write a reply to this review, which always sounds fake, you build a digital assembly line of microprompts. Step 1. Analyze the review's emotional tone. Step 2. Extract the specific service mentioned. Step 3. Match it against the business's custom guidelines. Step 4. Draft a highly personalized, natural response. A developer on an independent startup board shared how they packaged this exact system. They realized B2B clients don't want a one-shot prompt. They want a repeatable workflow. By setting up a simple, multi-step prompt chain using a free tool like Make.com, they onboarded local businesses and charged them a recurring retainer of $300 a month. The business owner gets instant, flawless customer replies, and you get a passive income stream from a system that took you one Saturday afternoon to build, test, and lock in.
Skill 2. The 3-sentence ad hoc.
Every single day, e-commerce brands and local agencies flush thousands of dollars down the toilet on social media ads because their click-through rates are in the gutter. If you browse copywriting discussion groups, you'll see media buyers pulling their hair out because they've built fancy product landing pages, but nobody is clicking the actual ad. They assume they need a bigger video budget or a famous influencer, but the secret to a high-converting ad has nothing to do with production value. It's the first 3 sentences of the ad copy. That's your hook, your pain, and your bridge. Sentence 1. Hit them with a weird, undeniable fact that stops their thumb from scrolling. Sentence 2. Poke a highly specific, uncomfortable pain they are feeling right now. Sentence 3. Bridge that pain directly to your client's solution. Copywriters on business social media channels routinely share how mastering this simple direct response formula changed their income. One freelancer explained how they stopped trying to write long, complex sales pages and started selling hook packages instead. They charge $50 per 3-sentence hook. Write 10 of them in an hour for a local gym or clothing brand, and pocket $500 before lunchtime. All it takes is 4 hours of studying old-school direct response copy frameworks, and you have a skill that directly increases a business's revenue overnight. Skill 3. CapCut short-form hook editing. We are living in an absolute war for attention, and short-form video is the primary weapon. But here is the massive bottleneck. Creators and businesses are spending 10 hours editing beautiful long videos, only for 90% of their audience to swipe away in the first 3 seconds. If you go to video editing Discord servers, you will find creators constantly complaining that their high-effort content is getting stuck at 200 views. The mistake they make is assuming they need to master complex, heavy software like Adobe Premiere Pro or After Effects. That is a massive trap. You don't need to edit the entire video to get paid. You just need to master editing the first 5 seconds. On online creator forums, a mobile editor shared that they make over $5,000 a month editing short-form content for local brands and creators using nothing but the desktop version of CapCut. They don't do complex 3D animations. Instead, they spent 3 hours mastering 3 basic elements: a quick camera zoom in, a dynamic color-coded subtitle that pops on the screen word by word, and a realistic sound effect like a page tear or a camera click. If you can fix the retention drop-off in the first 5 seconds of a video, brands will happily pay you a premium to optimize their video hooks because it directly drives their sales.
Skill 4. Spatial Workspace Optimization. Let's step away from the screen for a second and look at physical reality. Since the massive shift to remote work, millions of professionals are working from cramped, chaotic home offices. If you look at interior design and productivity forums, you will see endless photos of messy desks, tangled cables, and terrible lighting. People complain of back pain, lack of focus, and mental fatigue, assuming they need a bigger house or an expensive interior designer. But physical clutter is just a design problem waiting for a simple mechanical solution. By spending 5 hours studying the basic rules of ergonomic desk layouts and functional physical flow, you can offer spatial optimization consulting. A freelancer on the local business forum shared how they turned this into a high-paying weekend side hustle. They bought $10 worth of cable routing trays and Velcro straps, then offered to optimize the home offices of local executives and small business owners. They walk into a messy room, spend 2 hours hiding every cable, adjusting the monitor height to eye level, and positioning the desk to utilize natural light. They charge $300 to $500 per setup. The client gets an instant mental reset, their productivity skyrockets, and you get paid premium rates for rearranging basic physical elements.
Skill 5. Cold email deliverability setup. If you want to sell a high-ticket service, cold email is still one of the most powerful channels on earth. But 99% of business owners have a massive technical blind spot. Their emails are landing directly in the spam folder. On sales and marketing discussion boards, you will see sales teams crying because they sent 10,000 emails, got 0 replies, and have no idea why. They assume their writing is bad or their product is useless, but the reality is entirely technical. To prevent spam, email providers like Gmail and Outlook require domains to have specific technical signature set up. If you don't configure these, your domain is flagged as a spammer. A user on a business strategy forum recently posted a detailed breakdown of how they built a $22,000 a month agency starting with nothing but this technical setup. They explained that they don't even write the email copy for some clients. They just charge them to set up their deliverability infrastructure. It takes about 2 hours to learn how to log into a domain provider like Namecheap or GoDaddy and configure 3 DNS records: SPF, DKIM, and DMARC. It is the digital equivalent of putting an official government stamp on an envelope. It takes 20 minutes to do once you know the steps, and businesses will easily pay you $500 to fix it because it instantly revives their dead sales channels.
Skill 6. No-code landing page building.
Most aspiring entrepreneurs never launch their business because they think they need to hire a software developer, pay $5,000, and wait 3 months just to get a basic website live. They get completely paralyzed by the technical complexity of HTML, CSS, and database hosting. But the modern web is modular, and you can build stunning, fast-loading websites without writing a single line of code. On a popular startup platform called Indie Hackers, a creator shared a challenge where they set out to build a profitable side hustle using only completely free digital tools. They used a free tier landing page builder called Card to showcase simple digital templates and connected it to Gumroad for payments. Within 4 months, they hit over $1,200 a month in pure profit, spending $0 on software. Card costs just $19 a year to host 10 different websites. If you spend 4 hours mastering the layout, spacing, and mobile optimization templates on Card or Framer, you can build high-converting single-page landing pages for local gyms, consulting businesses, or local service providers. You can easily charge $300 to $500 per page. Once you have the templates memorized, you can build a complete professional site in less than 2 hours.
Skill 7. Amazon KDP margin formatting.
The self-publishing industry on Amazon KDP is massive, with thousands of authors trying to publish novels, journals, and planners every day. But if you visit self-publishing discussion groups, you will see a massive wall of frustration. Authors literally post threads saying they are losing their minds because Amazon's automated system keeps rejecting their manuscript files. They upload their book, and the previewer tells them their text is overlapping the gutter or cutting off at the bleed line. They spend days pulling their hair out trying to guess the correct dimensions in Google Docs. On those exact forums, seasoned authors explained that Google Docs doesn't support mirrored margins, which is what physical books need to account for the spine's binding. Formatting a book interior is a simple game of math and layout settings. By spending 3 hours learning the exact margin and bleed requirements for standard book sizes, like 6 by 9 inches, and practicing the mirrored margin setting in Microsoft Word or LibreOffice, you can solve this massive headache. Freelancers on platforms like Fiverr routinely charge $100 to $250 to take a raw manuscript and format the margins perfectly. It is a technical chore that takes you 15 minutes to execute once you have the settings saved. But to a stressed out author who just wants to see their book in print, you are a lifesaver.
Skill 8. Accent shadowing for remote teams. In a globalized economy, major companies are shifting their customer service, technical support, and sales teams to offshore locations like the Philippines, India, or Latin America. The remote agents speak English beautifully, but there is often a subtle barrier, pronunciation habits that make it difficult for local customers to understand them. On remote work discussion boards, managers openly discuss how minor communication friction can tank their conversion rates and customer satisfaction scores, assuming they need to buy expensive long-term language courses. But you can fix this communication gap in an afternoon using a physical training technique called accent shadowing. Accent shadowing doesn't teach grammar, syntax, or vocabulary. Instead, it treats pronunciation like muscle memory. You train agents to mimic the exact rhythm, intonation, and mouth movements of native speakers using short audio loops. By focusing on just 3 or 4 highly repetitive phonetic mistakes, like the hard th sound or flat vowel structures, you can dramatically increase clarity in a matter of hours. If you spend 5 hours practicing this technique on yourself, you can pitch remote agencies or offshore support teams, charging them by the hour to run micro-training sessions that instantly boost their team's communication clarity and close rates.
Skill 9. Google Maps data scraping. Every business-to-business company needs lead generation. If you are selling commercial insurance, you need a list of local roofers. If you are selling digital marketing, you need a list of local dentists. But manually searching Google, clicking websites, finding emails, and copying them into a spreadsheet is a slow, soul-crushing grind that keeps sales teams stuck doing administrative labor instead of selling. Most business owners assume they need to pay hundreds of dollars a month for expensive database subscriptions like ZoomInfo or Apollo. But the raw, updated data they want is already completely public and free on Google Maps. By spending 2 hours downloading and learning to use a free browser extension like Instant Data Scraper, you can automate this entire lead generation process. With literally 3 clicks of your mouse, the tool reads the HTML structure of Google Maps and extracts the business name, phone number, physical address, website, and review count into a clean CSV file in under 60 seconds. You can easily bundle these highly targeted spreadsheets and sell them directly to local agencies, cold emailers, or sales teams for a quick $100 per list. It takes you 10 minutes to run, and it provides immediate, actionable value to any B2B sales pipeline.
Now, Skill 10, the pre-selling validation framework. The single biggest financial mistake entrepreneurs make is spending 6 months of their life and thousands of dollars building a product or service only to launch it to complete, painful silence. They lose their savings, their confidence, and their momentum. They assume they failed because the product wasn't perfect enough, so they go back to the drawing board to build something even bigger. But they failed because they didn't validate the actual market demand before building. The most valuable microskill you can ever master is the pre-selling validation script, a classic framework discussed heavily on entrepreneurial platforms like Indie Hackers and Quora. It takes about 5 hours to master the exact psychology of a presale. Instead of spending months building, you write a simple, structured 5-step landing page or email outline that explains the specific problem, your proposed solution, and offers a steep discount for early adopters who purchase before the product is built.
It is the digital equivalent of selling movie tickets before you've shot the first scene.
If people buy, you use their capital to build the product. If they don't, you refund their money, pivot your idea, and realize you lost absolutely zero time and zero capital. Knowing how to run this validation script is the ultimate insurance policy for your financial future. Look at your hands right now. You have 10 fingers. Each one of those fingers represents a microscale you can master before the sun comes down tomorrow. Your boss isn't richer than you because they are smarter, more talented, or have a better education.
They are richer because they figured out how to package simple solutions and sell them to people who are too busy or too intimidated to look under the hood.
Stop renting your time. Start owning your skills. See you in the next one.